This is 604 presents Versus, and I am Matt, and this is Kevvy.
You didn't say his last name.
Webb.
Off to a bad start.
It's kind of heavy.
Can we get him a stand or? I'm kidding. He's fine.
Speaking of heavy, we should maybe talk about
Mevvy. Speaking of words that rhyme with another word.
Rhyming.
Yeah.
So we're friends.
Yeah.
We thought we'd combine forces, start this brand. You know, like Coca-Cola, you ever heard? Or
I've heard of it.
Or Pepsi.
Yep.
Other beverages.
Fresca.
Yeah, like we thought we'd start this brand called Mevvy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this very clever thing where we took the first letter of my name and the rest of the letters of your name. So really,
do the math.
I only got one letter, and you got several more
Sounds
letters.
fair to me.
And we started this brand, and we were like, we're going to sell things and make millions of dollars. So our first thing was a pillowcase.
Yeah, made a pillow. The first pillowcase design, do you remember that? It's the most romantic thing.
I do.
I think we got a prototype made that only you had.
You and me laying next to each other.
It's just our faces sleeping, facing each other. It's
so stupid.
It was so creepy. And you're like, should we put that out? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So one of our fans, Terry Berry, designed a less erotic one. We should release the erotic one now. There
was also a teddy bear. Anyway, so the brand didn't get to the same level as Coca-Cola. We were disappointed about that. So, we moved on.
Well, but we did it. We toured together twice, it happened during that. And so to me, it was part of the tour.
Right.
Not
to me. To me, it was a
separate venture.
It was
Well, fair. You are a businessman.
Anyways, what's new with you?
Just writing and producing music and running the comedy label here and performing music also, but not performing comedy.
Okay.
Leave that to the pros. How about you?
I am also making music. Just finished a new record. It's going to be coming out later this summer.
And what's that called?
Haven.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Can you say that now?
I don't know if we can say that now.
Bleep it.
I don't know if has it been? Yeah, I'm sure it's probably out there. But anyways, new record, big tour in the fall.
It's amazing.
44 dates across the United States of America and Canada. It's going to be a lot of shows, which I'm excited about.
I just thought of something.
Yeah, what did you think of?
Remember your solo EP that we did? Remember you bought a trombone just to make one sound at the beginning of a song?
Yes.
That was funny.
That was cool. It was a red trombone.
Red
plastic trombone.
Yeah.
I used to play trombone in high school band, and I was really fucking good at it.
Did you have this haircut?
I think my hair has always looked kind of the same.
I think you must have had the haircut where it was like a Caesar, but then gelled up at the front.
Yeah, maybe.
Had to have.
I probably had that.
Yeah. That's a good look.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but I bet you look good.
I did look good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a trombone.
Remember when you and I went to a bar, had a few, and then we were walking, we saw a guy get hit by a
I was just telling someone this story like 2 days ago.
We saw a guy we were drunk. We had drinks. Bleep it. Bleep that, Alexi. And we were walking up Main, and we saw a guy get rocked. I think he was on his bike.
By an ambulance. He got clipped by an ambulance. Yeah. And then there he was laying in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Right out in front of my apartment. And it was probably 2 a.m, midnight at least. I don't know. It was late. And we went over to provide assistance.
Yeah.
And we were not in any shape to be providing assistance to
someone. Even when I'm sober, I can't help anybody.
But of course, you got to help. We got to look after this person. They've been hit by an ambulance. So we ran over and called 911, and I can remember the phone call very clearly. I said, "Look, I'm like, there's a man who's been hit by a vehicle. He's on the ground. He's bleeding from a bunch of places. Please send help immediately." And then they were asking a bunch of questions, and I was having a difficult time concentrating because I was, I had some drinks and I was probably in shock. We were probably in shock. And as we were sitting there having this conversation with 911, our buddy came driving up the street in a truck, and he's like, "Hey, why are you guys in the middle of the street?
What are you doing?" There's a guy on the ground. Do you remember what you said to the guy on the ground?
I don't.
Because he was still like lucid enough that you were talking to him. And he was like, is there blood coming out of my head? And you're like, no. And there totally was blood coming out of his head.
Man.
You were trying to like comfort him. And he seemed, it was weird. Besides that, he seemed fine. And then another ambulance came.
To actually provide assistance?
Yeah. And it hit another guy. No, but that...
Oh, yeah, that was horrible. I hope that guy's okay.
That'd have been funny if he was like, I love Mevvy. I have a teddy bear at home.
That would have been funny.
I hope he's okay.
I saw you guys played a big giant Canada show the other day for like thousands and thousands
20,000 people came through.
That's amazing,
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. My Kevvy's drummer, Alex, is a good friend of mine. I was talking to him about that the other day, and he was really excited about like getting to the next level.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, do you ever have like a show like that? Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Where you're like, I don't know, some Canada Day show. It'll be fine. And then you get there and you're like, oh, this is kind of an important, massive part of my career that I didn't even think about.
I like when they sneak up on you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about being in a band, I think, is like sometimes you get these opportunities to play shows and you have no idea what you're in for. And all of a sudden there's 20,000 people there or whatever.
Do you have this? Like, I was thinking about a song that we had that went top 10 at radio. And every week when it would go up, I wouldn't even be like happy about it. I'd be like, well, it's probably going to go down the next week. And then it would go up again and be like, well, let's not get our hopes up, because you know what I mean? Like you find a way to like make it not fun for yourself, even when great things happen.
I got to take those little wins though, man. Cause they're few and far between in this business. So you guys have been crushing it radio.
Thanks, dude.
Crushing.
Thanks, dude. We're the most played band in BC.
Nice. We are not, because you are.
Well, there's only room for one. Maybe next week.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have that.
Thanks.
We're between album cycles anyway, so we did release a new album. It's funny how quickly, like, we released it in January. It's funny how like old it feels already.
Yeah, I thought it felt old when it came out. I was
how
like,
dare you?
Music for
That's
old people.
not okay for you to say to me.
My grandfather would love.
Well, your grandfather is way cooler than you, so
it's true.
Bleep that. This is on TV. Why would you make me swear?
Why would you put the cover of the album as a cardigan? Like, it was obviously designed.
The Cardigans is a different band. They're from Sweden.
It wasn't a cardigan, was it?
They don't even make songs about cardigans. How misleading is that? I bet you'd like that.
Here's our new record, Muted Tone Cardigan.
For old men.
For old men. By Fake Shark.
Oatmeal. It's just oatmeal on the cover. Yeah. Comes with a free oatmeal coupon. Hey, remember when we went bowling? Remember when we went to a movie and it was a 3D movie and we sat down without 3D glasses?
Yeah.
And we were like, is this in 3D? And then the people in front of us had 3D glasses and they were like, I don't know. And then they watched the whole movie with them on and we watched the whole movie without them on, and I still don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like both experiences were equal. Yeah, I don't know that it was in 3D or not in 3D.
I still don't know.
We'll never know.
Harold and Kumar 3D.
It would have been really crafty if they had titled it that, but it wasn't 3D.
There are all those like gimmicks, like the guy goes like this, but it's not in 3D, but they're acting like it's 3D. That's pretty funny, actually.
That is quite funny.
Yeah.
Clever.
Hey, remember when we went to a comedy show to see your favorite comedian and you had a meltdown?
Yeah, that was too bad. You know, that was probably the last comedy show I ever went to.
No, every time I would invite you to see a friend of mine, they'd bomb. And you're like, he's not funny. I'm not even going to say who it was. I'm like, no, he is. Trust me, it's good. And you're like, it's not. I've seen him twice. There's a comedian friend of mine that I invited Matt to come see. And I don't know what happened, but there's people talking in the front and he bent down. He went, if you don't shut up, I'm going to break that bottle over your head. And you're like, hey, really fun night to bring me to, Kevvy. Thank you so much.
I don't know how the comedians do it. That's a tough gig.
You're a funny guy.
Not really. I think it used to be a lot funnier.
Well,
but now
you put in the time back in the day when Twitter was fun. When Twitter was fun, You would have fun with it.
When Twitter was fun, I think I actually started the fake retweet. I think that was like, I like to take credit for that. Like we used to like, I can't even, I don't even use Twitter anymore. So I don't remember how it works, but like I would retweet and it would be like Batman. So Batman would say, and it'd be like, yeah, man, see you at the gym. It's leg day or whatever. And I used to really like retweeting just gibberish.
I like to do a thing where I would tweet like at Paris Hilton and at Carrot Top and be like, you guys should hang out and just like introduce them to each other.
Making Twitter introductions.
Yeah. Another thing you do see, you are funny. This is another funny thing you do. Your humor is redundancy. That's it.
Yeah. That's
right.
It. That is it.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
So you would take your Twitter profile picture and slightly tilt it every few days till it was like this, and then just put it back.
Yeah,
stuff like that's funny.
I would do a big lead. Actually, it wasn't exactly that. It was every day, or I would do a big lead up, like every 6 months, being like, new profile picture coming, everybody, and everyone gets so excited, and then I would rotate it like 90 degrees.
That's funny.
And then it would just kind of go around in a full circle. But I haven't thought of something that funny in a long time.
It is so funny.
It is funny.
And then like really the genesis of our friendship was Jonathan put us together to write.
Yeah.
And then we're like working on our very first song, and you're like, let's make a promo for this. And there was just a ladder in the hallway. You're like, you're like, I'm going to announce the song, but drag that ladder in here so loud no one can hear what I'm saying. And then we put a ladder in every promo from then on out.
A lot of ladder-based humor.
It's funny.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
We would get together just to do stuff. Remember when we did that thing where you're dropping me off at the airport and you're like, I packed your bags, and I opened the bag and it's just a pug pillow?
Yeah, that was my mom's.
You're funny, dude.
Everybody used to come over to my mom's house and comment on the pug pillow. And then I think maybe you saw it at some point. That must have been.
I love when for a few years the tradition was I'd come over for Christmas and tie one on with your dad.
Yeah.
And there was that one year we both had Kahlua socks on. He's like, hey, nice.
There was some beer that was giving away free socks. So obviously Kevvy and my dad both bought the same case of beer with the same festive Kahlua socks. Was it Kahlua? It was some kind of like,
look, I don't drink Kahlua.
It was an alcohol.
I got the socks. We both had the Kahlua socks and then proceeded to just drink expensive scotch that night.
Yeah, that's right.
That ruled, man.
I totally forgot about the socks. You guys had a lot in common. Those weird socks.
It's funny. I used to hang out with your family a lot. Like there were just so many events where I'd just be like sitting with your mom and your dad and sometimes your sister.
Yeah, I'd like to keep them in the mix.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How long have you guys been friends?
God, a long time.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know how long we've known each other.
I think 2011 would have been when we worked on
something like that. Yeah,
the first song from your first solo record.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, I think Simkin put us in the same room because he was like, got this new producer.
Yeah,
who's gonna help produce.
Do you remember the good impression of him?
Yeah.
Do you remember the co-write we did for your record?
I don't know. Do I?
You and Carly Rae Jepsen?
Oh yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. I like that. Yeah, Carly's like so wonderful at writing lyrics.
She's amazing at it. It's like the fastest writer I've ever seen lyrically.
I remember she was trying to write some lyrics about like she was trying to do a play on my last name, Webb. Where it's like,
I remember
caught in your web,
and you were like, no. She's like,
two B's.
All right. She let it go.
Yeah, she let it go. It was a little bit cheeseball.
Yeah. That was fun. And then you had your childhood piano teacher, I think, come play on a song.
Oh, yeah. Paula Kramer, my childhood piano teacher. That was weird.
Take over.
No problem. So anyways,
say something.
What else is going on? Well,
how's Fred?
Oh, I have a dog named Fred, and he's great. He's great. He's 8 years old.
Oh, just dry.
Just got him a fresh trim. Kevvy's having some juice.
Juice. I don't drink juice.
I don't drink much juice either. My children drink a lot of juice, though.
What's your favorite juice? Apple juice?
I get the mixed berry pack from Costco.
Kids these days.
Yeah.
This is 604 Presents Verses. This is Matt Webb, and I'm the guest, Kevvy. That's how you do it.